My name is Meja Kasaine, a military officer in the KDF.
My name is Concepta Moti. I'm an accountant.
And this is our dream wedding.
It's a garden wedding. It's also a military wedding, so it's gonna be colorful.
I thank God that this day has come. She's making her choice to get married to Major Kasaine Nyamo. We are praying and we have prayed that this day becomes a wonderful day. We spread our message because we wanted to celebrate in a big way. This is our last daughter. We even invited Your Excellency the President, who has just rang this morning and excused himself because of official duty outside, but he has sent a word to the couple to be. So we are grateful and we look forward to a good day. Ready to work in the new assignment that she's getting into. I and the father, Mr. Moti, I think we are ready to give her to the people of Narok, the family of Nyamo.
Which is when one matures up in that he wants to make his or her own family. So my daughter has arrived at a mature age to make her home, and today I'm proud and happy to release her to go and start her family. She's leaving my house to her house, which is something which is really very proud for her father and also for her parent. And she's ready to start her life, and being the father, I'll support her truly, and with all what I am and what I have.
On the other hand, we had a snatch party that had been organized by my former unit, who are my colleagues. They left at around 8 in the morning for the bride's home.
Morning of the wedding, I had an idea that there will be a snatch party because getting married to Kasaine, who works with the military, I knew they would plan for such a party. So at least I had an idea at the back of the mind that it's gonna happen. By the time the snatch party was arriving, I was actually not yet dressed. I was having my makeup being finalized. So when they started singing that they wanted to take away the bride, that's the time that I started knowing that the day has finally come. So by the time I was dressing and finishing up the makeup, they were already in the room, and they snatched me. A snatch party is a party that is normally organized by the military when one of them is getting married, where they send they send their fellow officers to the bride's home. They're normally dressed in the combat uniform, so they just snatch the bride and make sure that she's on time for the church ceremony. They don't care whether you've makeup or at least the bare minimum you have a dress on. That's it. So they take you away. Fun I had. Everything went as planned. It was very emotional for the three of us, my parents and I. But we kept talking as we walked down the aisle that being married doesn't mean that you'll never come home. Being married doesn't mean you'll never consult. Being married doesn't mean it's the end of you and us. So by the time we got at the aisle, we met the pastor and the ceremony started.
She was looking gorgeous. The excitement, there was a lot of excitement. This is the day you've been longing for. Now it is there. And you can only tell it's a matter of minutes and you're married. So the feeling was quite fulfilling.
I usher my daughter to you to be a blessing to you and to your family, to grow and multiply in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
There be peace. Please take care of her. She's delicate, she's strong, she's courageous. Protect her courage, protect her peace, protect her strength. She's a strong girl, very strong.
Sema nilikuwa nakaribia hata best cup wamekaa kando kabisa. Kisha kusema tuendelee, tutaendelea. Wow. Pole pole, leo umefanya kazi hujawahi kufanya, umezoea kushika mbuduki, leo ushiki mbuduki. Ni yeye ama si yeye? Mzee neno. Mzee anasema mama akizungumza, umasaini wazee waongezee maneno. Tuwapigieni makofi.
I will love you, obey you, and care for you, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poor.
I will love you, obey you, and care for you, in sickness and in health, for richer and for richer.
Read that again.
During the vows, specifically when you are committing yourself to the person you really love, and before your people, before all that crowd, and before God, it quite take heart, and you feel very good. Yes.
It was just a mixed reaction and a very thin line between getting married and living family. So immediately that thought came into my mind. At any point in the wedding, I would tear. But sometimes I would try to forget it and I would be jovial. So for me it was very emotional. So I managed.
We serve, what a mighty God we serve, yeah, yeah. What a mighty God we serve, for all that He has done, for all that He has done. Oh, perfect love, all you.
With my congratulations, I now hand it over officially to you. Please do receive it, and you can say how you want to store it. Whether you want to put it on the socks, within the socks, ama mahali mtaweka, chagueni tu venye mnataka kuweka. Nimetoka pale because you know how to keep safe your documents. Naona wanaangaliana tu. Ni kazi yao wawili tu. Niwaambia tu na maneno mingi. Naona watu wanasumbuka mifuko iko wapi, unaona tu concept ashaweka tayari. Na ukiingia pale, hebu shikilia tu hapo umeshika. Remember, you are not just there as an accident. You are within God's project. Secondly, idea, God's idea. Marriage is God's project. Ni muradi wa Mwenyezi Mungu. Ikiwa ni Mungu anafanyisha ndoa hiyo na anaisimamisha, ndugu utapata challenges. Lakini niliwaeleza kwamba kitamaduni chetu cha Waafrika kinasema kama hapati mtoto ndoa haijakamilika. Hiyo ni kitamaduni. Na kitamaduni cha mbinguni kinasema awe na mtoto ama asiwe na mtoto, you are one body. And there are options that we give people. But I want to say, treat each other as though you are playing out within God's, you are participating in God's project.
In military weddings, we normally have like three parties. There is the snatch party, then there will be the groomsmen, and now the ark. The ark basically is to essentially just to make the wedding colorful and to usher in the bride into the military family. And normally the ark is normally outside the church, and when you are going to get to the reception area, and you have to go through those swords. It is an honor that can only be accorded by your colleagues, and it's very exciting. And then at the end of it all, the last two men, they can cross the swords. They normally cross the swords, and the bride is officially welcomed into the military family. And that is basically the essence of the ark. It feels so good for the officers coming in, and especially in big numbers. Normally you'll have 20 to about 25, but this time around I had in excess of 30, so it's really an honor for those people to really, because they have some other duties they could have gone to do, but they say that is the day, and that is the best gift they can always give it to me, and I really commend them for that.
On behalf of the CDF, service commanders, and the whole of KDF, we wish you happy marriage. Congratulations.
When I met this mutual friend, she came with her, and that's how we met, like 7 years ago. Fortunately, by then I was not in Nairobi, so most of the time I had to use the phone, and I was on and off. Sometimes I could take more than 3 months to come around by nature of my work, and progressively I'll say your phone worked. It was more of a distant thing, but through the phone, that's how we cemented the relationship, however far it was.
School, and I had a lot of family obligations, so for him not being around, it was a plus for me somehow, because I would still go to school, concentrate on family issues, and still be with him through the phone. So I think the long distance, I didn't mind it, and I was okay with it. We are having Catherine, classic functions, do the decor. You can never go wrong with her.
The ambience was more than what I expected. Essentially, the previous day I was there, I could see the preparation being done, but I never thought that it could turn out the way it was. And I think the suppliers, specifically the decor person and the tent guy, they did a commendable job.
She told me it was going to be a KDF wedding, so the red has to be there. And so I sat down and came up with a concept. Initially, she wanted something like maybe in a dome, because she loved fairy lighting, LED lighting, but eventually we didn't use a dome. So I came up with a similar concept using hexagon tents, with some LED in purple, because purple was her color scheme red, and I came up with a concept of red flowers on the centerpieces. Something just to, within the concept that she wanted.
Who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. Kwa hivyo Meja, leo mambo yako yamekuwa mzuri. And the other advantage umefanya, umeenda kule kwetu Ukambani. Unajua wasichana wa Ukambani ni wazuri sana. Kwa hivyo leo tumekupatia bibi. Just remember wanapenda watoto sana. Kwa hivyo from today uingie kazi, tunataka usikia birthdays after birthdays.
Askari ni wapita kila wakati. Ningekuomba vita kuache kazini. Ukiingia kwa nyumba ulete mapenzi. Na mimi nafikiri unanijua. Kila wakati tutakuwa pamoja. Nitakuwa naangalia msichana wangu.
Everybody was excited, but we cannot forget about various speakers coming in and wishing us well in this journey of marriage, and heaps of blessings were done upon us. So.
Napenda kushukuru kwa mtoto wetu Ndila, ametuongeza Kasaine. Na Ndila alipoanza pengine urafiki na Kasaine, hadithi yake nyingi ilikuwa juu ya wanajeshi. Ananieleza, mam, unajua wanajeshi huko Somalia ati wanaishi ndani ya mashimo. Nauliza, na wanashimba mashimo? Na hizo mashimo wanashimba na mikono zao. Na alafu najitandikia karatasi pale, unaingia kwa hiyo shimo. Nikamwambia, hawa wanajeshi wa Kenya wako na shida, tuwaombee. Tukaendelea, akaniambia, mam, rafiki yangu umepata anaitwa Meja Kasaine. Na ako Somalia analala kwa zile mashimo. Nami roho yangu ikastuka kabisa. Lakini sikutaka kumwambia muache. Nikasema, Mungu wangu, kama umempatia mtoto wangu aolewe na askari, basi askari mtoe kwa shimo. Tafadhali umuokoe, umrudishe Nairobi.
Really humbled us most was the gift from His Excellency, the President, Uhuru Kenyatta. It was really a nice gift, and the thought itself was overwhelming. The fact that you could just remember us on that special day, it really humbled us. Yes. We were also humbled by the gift from our parents. They gave us a nice car that symbolizes productivity, which I'm sure God will bless us to feel it with time, of course. Yes, and we thank God for all who found time to just buy us one thing or the other. Yeah.
About the gifts, for me, just coming alone, it was priceless, because you can have a lot of decor, a lot of chairs, a lot of
With
food,
no one.
but if people don't come and share with you that time, then it can be meaningless. But as she said, yes, we had a range of gifts from people of all walks of life, and we are really humbled. Specifically, the gift from our parents, the cows, the goats, the glasses, the vouchers. Truly, we really feel humbled that apart from coming, people also thought it was nice to surprise us with gifts, and we are really thankful for that.
Nyumbani daire kwangu niko na fresha ndama Kimasai mpaka iwe na fresha ndama. Umepewa kondoo 10 katika boma. Kwa hivyo karibu. Sisi ile itatusaidia tu, lakini ile kazi tutafanyia ni kualisha ile maziwa.
Alafu mazungumzo ndani ya boma sio kunyamaziana, ni kuzungumza, na jambo ikitokea inasuluhishwa haraka kabla haijazaa mambo mengine ambayo ni mabaya. Tunasema kwamba ndoa ilianzishwa na Mungu, na kwa hivyo ndoa imebarikiwa.
Madavida na mrogu wa masida Yesia ndiko mwana Eri manyanga inyocha zije Eka kiretie lansenirive Ilango iba tucheze ngoma ya wana komando Shikana maruni shika shika kama tubande Tendeni zetu tucheze ngoma ya wana komando Ikamate kwa makini Vigajani fungate Shikilie kwa ujuzi Wana Maroon Commandos Kononi sikuteleze mshike wana Maroon Wana Maroon shika shika kama tubande Tendeni zetu tucheze ngoma ya wana Commandos Wana Maroon shika shika kama tubande Tendeni zetu
The cake cutting ceremony. She's a very close friend to our family, very close. She did it in a very unique way. Normally you give the parents both sides and then you feed each other. This time around, at least she remembered that I'm married to another family, which was the military family. She also fed the military side and both parents.
My father, Mr. Morty, gave me out to marriage. And the love that he has showed to you today
He showed it to all of us. But he draws that love from God. And so God is everything, and nothing matters. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is difficult where God is.
Traveled to Mombasa, went from Mombasa for about 4 days, and that's why I made the proposal.
We were in a restaurant that had a traditional dance. So he wanted to go and watch them dance, but I wanted to remain in the restaurant. So he pushed me and we finally went. So all through I looked misplaced, but I just said, okay, let's just do it. So after the dancing ended, we said, okay, let's go and have some rest. Before we went to the room, we sat outside. There was a lounge area. Then he started telling me that he wanted to say something. So he started the story from far, blah, blah, until he asked me whether I would be his wife. And I said, yes, of course.
Don't keep a beautiful girl for such a long time. Certainly she can be picked by somebody else. And again, you may appear like you're not serious. You're just there, staying with her, you're saying nothing, and all that. So, as you all know, soldiers are not, they're not employed to stay in the barracks. So normally we are out there in the bush, in Somalia and Southern Sudan for peacekeeping missions. So sometimes you're away from your family for quite some time. Currently I'm stationed in Nakuru, but I used to work in Langata Barracks for quite some time. I have an obligation to do your job. There are missions and tasks you need to accomplish. At the same time, you have a family to take care of. So it's a matter of balance. But I'm grateful at least Concept has been very understanding for that duration. And if you don't get somebody who is very patient and understanding, then it can bring some issues.
Into this relationship when I was very open-minded, because anything could happen anytime. So my mind didn't stick on issues that are going to be there, whether he's away, whether he could not come back, So those are things you psychologically prepare yourself. But I said I'll be open-minded, whatever comes, what I take. And I think it has helped me because to concentrate in school and work, in family, if I add more stress into it, to not work. So I got into the relationship very open-minded. Yes.
On what we have really learned is, one is early planning. Starting early really assists so that you don't come to rush at the end of the day. And also, we have learned a lot on how people can be of assistance. Essentially, I was not for the idea about bringing a lot of committees and all that, but I'm telling you, it was really overwhelming. The support that we got from people, it was really overwhelming, and we are really humbled by that. And it also calls for a lot of patience. Sometimes you want this, you want that. Most of the time you have to compromise because your way may not be the only way.
As a man, you have to compromise. But when you're planning for a wedding, first of all, know what you want. Leave the money side apart. I know budget is of an essence, but if you keep looking at the budget, you might not get what you want. So first know what you want, then get to know the cost. Because if you start looking at the cost, you might compromise on what you want. For me, it worked because I knew from the word go what I wanted. And I got a lot of views. Oh, this is going to be expensive, that is going to be cheap, that is going to be what? But I was focused on what I wanted, and I got it. So that is an assurance that first know what you want, then look at the money figure.
An exacting 2 weeks period, and it is our prayer that the honeymoon will still continue on even in at our twilight years. So it is exciting. We are coping on well, and we have nothing to complain. And I encourage even others to go through that route. It doesn't look that simple, but I think it is good.